Hello, so I got a Bodeo Revolver 1889. Now, sadly, this is a deactivated one to EU spec, so ground down firing pin, filled in barrel and everything. The trigger does still rotate that, and you can still at least manually pull the hammer back, but as you can see, you're not going to ever be shooting this thing again. But yeah, this is one of my favourite revolvers ever, even though I had to look up what it was actually originally called, because one of my favourite Italian movies is Cemetery Man, or Della Morte Dell'Amore, and this is the revolver that Rupert Everett, is he called Franco in the film? I'm trying to remember, it was Franco the other bloke? No, Francesco Della Morte, isn't it? That's his name. That's the actual revolver he uses in the film. So I actually looked it up one day and thought, oh, what's that revolver? And then I actually found one left in stock on an EU DX site. And it was one of those things of, I should be saving my money, but, you know, I didn't. I didn't. I ended up buying it. So like I said, the hammer still works on it. The trigger still rotates the barrels. But, you know, like I said, most of the bits have now been welded in place. I had little cuts done in them, like the barrel has a cut in the bottom of it to make it, you know, all deactivated. So it's an EU spec one. But like I said, it's quite an interesting little revolver now. I think this is about a 10mm odd size bullet, almost 11mm in sort of caliber dimensions, and a fairly long cartridge. So this was actually probably a bit of a hand cannon, assuming it was a decent, you know, powder velocity in there. So again, the history of this is basically in the very late 1800s. Again, I'd guess by the name of it, 1889, that Italy had it, you know, for the last 10 years of the 19th century. Probably at that point, I imagine, completely smokeless rather than being black powder. If it came into service at that time, it wasn't like one of those ones that started off as a black powder and then they remade it as a smokeless version, and served Italy through both world wars. So again, just a 6-shot revolver. It's got a sort of a Nagant revolver style loading gate on the back there. But yeah, it's quite a nice little design. Like I said, shame, sadly, this one is deactivated, obviously, for me to legally have it in the UK, but, you know, I just quite like the design. It feels nice in the hand, and, yeah, not a bad little revolver. So, there you go. A Bodeo model, if I'm pronouncing that right, 1889.